There you go, the opening of the Sonata by Franz Anton Hoffmeister, whose dates are 1754 to 1812. So we can consider him to be a late classical, slightly early romantic, but my feeling is that it goes more towards the late classical period of music. There isn't a huge amount to tell you about Herr Hoffmeister, other than he was a bit of an entrepreneur. And I'm quite drawn to these characters throughout the history of music who haven't simply composed music, but been interested in other aspects of the industry. I mean, a key example of this is the Baroque composer Handel, who was very clever about writing the right kind of material for what was happening financially at that time as well. So, for example, he came to England with these huge Italianate operas, which required lots of people and big sets. And then there was a financial crash and he moved into oratorio. So by the end of his life, he was a very wealthy man because he gave people what they were looking for. In the case of Hoffmeister, he was actually fascinated in the whole process of printing music. And of course, we sort of assume that printing music has been around for years and years and years. But even going back to the Baroque period, Telemann was also fascinated in the process of how his compositions could be put into something that could be duplicated. So Hoffmeister, his passions were the flute, and there are many, many pieces for the flute, and then also how music was printed stroke published. And this sonata by Hoffmeister is, I think, a gem of a piece of music, and in a sense it should be performed more often because it's full of sort of lovely arpeggios and scale passages, all the things that flute players love doing. And that is the first movement of the sonata by Hoffmeister.